Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And we are live.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. We're live on Let's Think Podcast.
That's
I'm your
right.
host, Sheikh 7 Islam L. And y'all know it's mandatory and it's customary and it's traditional that I
Yep.
do this. I rise, giving all thanks and perfect praises unto Allah. Highest honors to his holy prophet. Honors to the Moorish Science Temple of America. Honors to all leaders, past, present, and future. Honors to my leadership, Brother L. Portis L.
Yes,
Honors
sir.
to the Grand Sheikah, Sister M. Portis L. Honors to all leadership, all past, present, and future again, and honors to all of you who are participating in the comprehensive program of uplifting fallen humanity. And I want to say honors to my guests
Yes,
and
sir.
honors to the listening audience. Honors. We're here
That's
again.
for sure.
Again.
That's right.
How you doing today, brother? My dear brother.
I'm well, Mo. I'm been running crazy the usual, but I'm well, brother, man. I'm well. Once again, as you know, we talked about it off camera. I did not get a chance to look at the video in advance, so this is definitely going to be super organic on the spot. You know what I mean? So,
yes, sir.
but again, it makes that much more authentic.
And I have to be honest. I only watched like a couple minutes, so I haven't
Yes, sir.
watched the whole thing. So
Yes, sir.
it's gonna be some of it's gonna be new for me too. Our co-host Jarvis McGriff, he's a little bit. There he is. You see how it happens? Yeah. See. There we go. Brother, I just mentioned you, man.
He was just about to say, "Oh, he's gonna be he's running a little late." Hop right up.
Hey, look. Well, hey, bro.
Right on time, baby.
The more materialized like the white class soldiers.
Hey, yo, Mo. I want you to say something. I want you to say something to that, Mo. I want you to say something to that. What just happened quantumly?
Oh, entanglement, bro. Yeah, entanglement. That's exactly what happened. The most spoke your name. Most spoke your name, and you appear like Pinhead.
I swear.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Say, man.
Hey, we got Awareness Daily in the chat. Peace to Awareness Daily. We got Islam. We got Nicholas Bay, Islam. We see you in the building. Hey, everybody hit the like button. Do that for me right now. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please do that.
Let me put that out. Let me put that out there.
Yes, sir. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, you know. So,
yes.
You know, let's help us get there. Let's help us get there. You know, support the channel. We have the super chat. We have we have super thanks, super stickers. You know, super chat. Right. And we also have this right here. I want to put this up here just to let ones know. We have this right here, and I want to put this on the screen before we start. And boom. Please support our brother Sharif Anael-Bey.
One other thing too, brother. Again, like you guys, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. I don't, because I'm not really hustling.
Yeah, neither.
But I keep getting reminded of things, like for instance, you know, our authentic monoatomic gold.
Oh yes, sir.
So anyone is interested,
please.
All you have to do is text ORMUS, ORMUS, to the number 315-552-1638. Just text ORMUS to 315-552-1638 and to pre-order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When I'm gonna get mine, Mo?
Oh, I got you. No, I got you.
You put it right on the spot.
Yeah. No, you know what?
What about me, baby?
I'm not mad at that. You know, I'm not mad at that. I got you.
Like Denzel say, I'm from around the way too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm leaving with something. I'm from around the way too.
I got you.
I don't want to put the connotation on it, right? But for everybody else, we respect your hustle. But guess what?
For sure.
Just don't call it blue magic.
Just look, brother. Brother. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah,
that's right.
Just don't call it blue magic, man.
Blue magic.
Yes, sir. How my brother Jarvis doing today? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, all is well. Toiling.
Yeah.
Working with these vehicles.
Yes, sir. Yes,
they're just like children. You can't tell them nothing.
Can't tell them nothing.
Bro, trust me. I've been dealing with mine, bro.
Listen, brothers, give me a quick second, because our topic, I want to make sure. Let me take care of a couple things.
Yeah.
Give me like about 3 minutes, and we gonna. And you already know we gonna dive in deep in.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah, all is well, Mo. All is well. Been doing. The God's work.
The usual. Oh man, shoot.
We're doing God's work for real. Yes, especially on Holy Day, man. It got real. It got real on Holy Day.
Yeah.
And it all just came out. Like, I was at work, man. I talking to, and I think I had, all in all, I probably had like 4 clients that day.
Yes, sir.
But it was kind of strange though, because I had like a big gap, so I had time to like just rest. But man, as soon as that third client came in, it was on. It was on like Donkey Kong. The holy breath was moving through. The holy breath was moving through that room, Mo.
Yes, sir. Islam and peace to the chat.
Holy breath.
Peace to the chat.
So, how you, Mo?
Hey, listen, man. Let me tell you something.
Talk to you, brother.
Every time you see me and you're able to hear my voice,
all is well.
Man, all is truly well. No matter what is going on, all is truly well, brother.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I understand this, brother. My wealth, my wife, my children, my family, and everything that I hold dear to me at this point in time is only a test. So, I'm striving each and every day to stay mindful of the source from which all of that comes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you one thing. It's difficult, especially in our American society and the way it's built and the way it's set up.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Just the ability to stay mindful. Bro, that's almost a miracle. The way this society is set up. So I just want to tell everybody who's listening, I know society makes things tough. We have traditions, we have rituals, we have all of these things that, that we take upon ourselves and we obligate ourselves to. But know this, thought is the cause of it all. Thought is the cause of it. Intent, your will, cause of it all. So never lose your focus, never lose your confidence, and never lose your encouragement to stay on that path, though life may make things tough ritualistically. You see what I'm saying? I just want to tell everybody that because I deal with that.
Oh, yeah.
I deal with that. So, just know, you know what I'm saying? Allah judges us by the intent of our heart. You know what I'm saying? Thought is the cause of it all. So that's where we at. And that's how I'm living right now, Mo. You know what I'm saying? I raise myself not too high for fear of falling, and I don't puff myself up for the clearest of human knowledge is but blindness and folly. That's where I'm at, Mo. This, I'm Moorish every day, Mo. I'm Moorish every day. That's about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's 100% facts.
Yes, sir. We got Kufu 360. Islam. We got
Zion Law School.
Yeah. Islam.
What
was that? East 49? Islam. We got choice. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we got Yannick Alhim Dorsey Bay. Yeah, peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light.
Islam.
Peace, love, and
We
light.
waiting on our brother Sharif Anael-Bey to get in. And tonight, what we're doing tonight, and I just want everybody to understand this, to do reaction videos was my idea. You know what I'm saying? To start doing it on Let's Think Podcast. This is something that we, hadn't been doing on Let's Think Podcast. And I thought, from the way I think, I thought it would give a perfect opportunity for us to, to give in real time, reactions and other points of perspective on certain videos, because I don't want it to come off as that, we're challenging people, you know what I'm saying, or we're disrespecting anybody. But we're doing this only for educational purposes. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that we must share dialogue. We must touch on topics. We must touch on topics that could be outside of certain people's, study parameters. However, it's a must that we tap into certain topics. And, Brother Sharif Anael-Bey is a responsible brother. He's a responsible scholar and researcher. And, why not bring the brother up to speak upon things that I know that he is well versed in and well educated in. So, and without a shadow of a doubt, I have no problem with allowing those to come upon the channel and speak their piece upon certain topics also as well. As long as we just don't be disrespectful. That's the only thing that I preserve.
Oh, yeah.
That let's not be disrespectful.
In other words, let's be Muslims.
Exactly. Exactly. Where's that feedback? But yes, sir. All right. So, Brother Sharif.
Yes, sir.
The reason why I picked this video, and I'm gonna let the listeners know.
Yes.
The reason why I picked this video is because is that me feedback?
That's you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh, brother. We got 36 people in the chat already.
Yes. And Islam to the church. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, just fine.
But I can't hear you. Let me see if
you can hear me?
No,
Brother Sharif, how was your show the other night?
Okay. It went well, brother. It went well. It was a first. Hold on a second. Now I'm echoing.
I'm still echoing. Do you hear the echo?
Hold on, just
I hear the echo.
How about now? Yep.
Me?
Good.
Yeah.
Let's ask the audience. No worries. Let's ask
y'all hear the echo?
They hear an echo.
I know I hear you.
I don't hear one on my end. Well, I mean, I hear one. And
yeah, I hear it too.
But I don't hear Brother McGriffin.
Yeah.
Let me close some windows. That's what I'm gonna do. Close some windows.
Yeah. The audience hears it too.
Yeah. I want them to be able to hear. Yeah.
Islam. Welcome to the channel.
I'm trying to bear with us for a second. I want to try to get this right for y'all. Because I don't like this.
Right.
And I've never had this issue
You say your show was the first?
First time I was on with 19 Keys. First time. Yeah, first time I was on with 19 Keys. It went well. It was a really good show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
I watched him go back and forth with a brother the other day. He chewed that brother, boy.
Yo, bro, 19 he's not a slouch.
No, not at all. And I think me and him said the same birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, he's not a slouch.
No, and he checked that brother real quick. Like, dang, he about to get out the chair or what? Like, yeah, I'm talking about like soon my man said he kind of like, I'm gonna kind of stop you right there, brother. Like,
yeah,
we ain't about to do that. That is not what we about to do.
See, but guess what that's called? The prophet called it the keys of civilization.
Mm-hmm.
The proper handling of people.
Yeah. So,
sure. Yeah, the proper handling of people.
I said, "Jeez."
In another school of thought, they say it this way: what is the meaning of civilization? One having knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, and refinement is not a savage in the pursuit of happiness.
That's powerful.
Yes, sir.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Yep. That's right. Some pursuits of happiness bring destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Some pursuits of happiness give added beauty.
I agree with that.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that.
So we want to be civilized in our pursuit.
So they still here. But
he said, move the mobile phone away from the laptop or turn the laptop off.
Got Q in the building. Q.
Zion Law School. Shalom, brother. Shalom, out. Yeah, my phone is, or not my phone, but I hear the echo. Mm-hmm. See if I can do something about it on my end.
What? I don't know what it is on my end. I don't know if it's my end, but we're gonna proceed with the show, right? And I'll work with my mic. We proceed if it's mine.
Check. Yeah, it's echo on my end.
What about mine? You good?
You good, brother Griffith? My laptop is off, and it's still, still a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
How about we do this, and we tell the audience this? How about, brother Sheik 7, you sign out and sign back in.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's try this.
Let's try that. And then we do. Okay, will it be the same StreamYard link?
Yeah.
All right, say no.
I'll leave and come back.
All right, audience, y'all stay on board. Stay on board.
I'll click back out and come back in. You good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Everything good on my end?
You can hear me good?
Yep.
Okay.
Islam?
Yes, copy.
Islam?
We're good now.
We good to go.
Yes, sir.
We're good to go.
Yes, sir. Without further ado, let me get this thing together.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's see what we got here in the tab. Cancel it. Go here. My YouTube on.
Perfect. 7's in the chat, so if you can hear us good.
Yes, sir. what we'll do. All right.
Yep, we good. I got a 7.
Yes,
7.
sir.
7s.
Yes, sir.
All right,
All
let's
right,
go, bro.
let's
So
go.
listen, this topic and our subject, brother. First, and let's be again, and it's not even just being Muslims, but we're talking. You know, it's let's tell the truth and the whole truth, right? So I want to begin with our brother, since we're talking about our good brother Taj Tarik Bey, you know, and we pray. I know last I heard, our good brother's health wasn't so good, so you know, we pray that our brother's in good spirits and in good health, right?
Absolutely.
Back, and you had asked me off camera to talk about some of it. Well, actually, that's another show. It's another show talking about Moorish science in the '90s in New York. So that's a show all to itself.
Yes,
right?
sir.
But,
and it's coming.
But brother Taj Tarik Bey played an integral part in that
Yes,
time period. He played an integral part. So, but I want to touch on it briefly, to set the stage. All right.
Allow me to say too.
Sure.
First and foremost, Taj Tariq Bey is instrumental.
Come on.
Period. Point blank.
Absolutely.
In Moorish presence. Whether
absolutely
we agree or disagree.
Come on now.
He is instrumental in Moorish presence.
There you go.
Amongst our people. So we're not here to disrespect Taj Tarik Bey.
Nope. Not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
We actually honor him for his courage and standing out front.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yes,
so
we do.
Whether we agree or we disagree.
That's right.
It's neither here nor there. That's our brother.
That's right.
It's gonna always be our brother. And it's always love, true peace, freedom, and justice.
Always. And we are not, and that's not okay. And because we're going to be speaking, as you already know, or can expect, we're going to be speaking to a lot of things we may disagree with that he has espoused over the years.
Right.
But let's not ad hominem this thing. We are not speaking against the personality of Taj Tarik Bey.
No, sir. Not
we
at
are speaking to things that he's espoused. Okay? That's what we're doing.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. Chapter 25, instruction 3 or instruction 4 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science of America says this: thy brothers in adversity,
forsake him not.
Assist him. Our sisters in trouble, forsake him not.
Forsake him not. Yes.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
Yes.
Now, I'll say that. Now I want to say this. During, I formally began what I thought to be living the Moorish American life in the summer of 1991. So I began. Not in the Moorish Science of America. Not that we learned myself. Shout out to my brother Forrest. He's in Akron, Cleveland, Ohio area with childhood friends. He's a world famous DJ and b-boy with Rocksteady, formerly with Rocksteady crew, world famous Rocksteady crew. We knew about Moorish science, but we were in the 5% nation. And there were people that kind of were dangling the idea of Moorish science in front of us like a carrot, right? And so in the summer of 91, the summer after my freshman year in college, he hit me up and said, listen, forget about that. We can get it ourselves. I'm out here, in Akron, Ohio, and one of Charles Mosley Bey, one of C.M. Bey's top students, the late J. Johnson Bey, has a school here called the Moorish American Institute.
Oh, man.
It was called the Moorish Circle of Mothers and Sons, a.k.a. the Moorish American Institute. I was on the next thing smoking to Cleveland, Ohio. That's something.
I know a few brothers and sisters who was a part of that. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my good brother, brother P. King Bey, who's an official and a mufti at Temple Number 7, Cleveland, Ohio. Sister D Banks Bay is the Grand Sheikess there. She's the Grand Sheikess. So he was there. Brother P. King Bey was there. So, and I want to preface a lot of this stuff with the fact that this is stuff that a lot of you all in the audience have either heard about or read about. We were there. We were there. There's another little side detail that I'm going to save for the next show. Brother Sheik 7 already knows what it is.
Yes, sir.
Well, he always know, Mo. Y'all always leave me out of the point.
I got you.
I just want to know what that's about.
Well, I'm gonna tell you off camera. I'm gonna tell you.
I just want to know what that's about. Like, I feel like I'll just be leaving me in the wind.
But so anyway, during this time period, we're talking early 90s. Early 90s, we were all feeling the generation gap, so to speak, between the older generation and the younger generation, because this was the beginning of a resurgence of interest in the Moorish movement. But the temples were very quiet at this time, especially on the East Coast. See? So it was groups like, especially in New York City, the Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs.
Boy.
Okay? That's what made noise in New York City at that time period. You know, Brother Yusuf Rami Bey, who later moved down to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. A little bit of side history about Brother Yusuf Rami Bey. He was one of the officials in the Great Seal. He had a little boutique on 110th and Guy Brewer, Southside Queens. That's 50 Cent's old stomping grounds, right? He had a little behind his building. He was a leather worker. He had a little booth back there called Bey's Boutique. That's what we used to meet there a lot, right? Also, too, the other Moors, other officials, they used to hold classes. Some of y'all know about this. Some of you, in an old yellow school bus. Those of you that go back know exactly what I'm talking about. Certain names like Man, God, Allah, Il. Certain names like Shamo. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. See, anyway,
it's just the names for me.
Yusuf Rami Bey's son's name was Ja. Some of you hip hop heads, especially if you were following 50 Cent's early career, have heard about Ja. Ja ran with 50 and he got murdered. 50 paid for the funeral. Yeah. So that was Yusuf Rami Bey's son. Yep. Ja Bey. He's a wild dude. Good guy, though. Anyway, this is how many of us in New York came across what we Moorish science. All right. So that was, you know, the Great Seal were dealing with CM Bey's teachings. But now in that summer '91, myself and the brother Forrest, we were in Cleveland, and Cleveland had what they called the Moorish American Institute. What they did is they had a course that you have to take and then a test. We did the course, we took the test. After that, they were issuing what they call a 5-symbol nationality card. 5-symbol card, as we called it. Right? And then you could get other lessons. So then later, I'm about to give you all some history. So I'm going to give them a little bit of that other show stuff. A little bit. So then we're back in New York. I'm in Syracuse. We rocking and rolling. We doing our thing. We got our copy of the Zodiac Constitution. We went crazy. And I'm going to talk about that in more details about what I mean by we went crazy in a second. But during that time period, the late J. Johnson Bey, right, and Daryl Thomas Bey, his assistant, were like, we have a correspondence course. So if you guys could pass along our information while you're in New York and get people signed up to our correspondence course. So we passed that information on to some people. One of the brothers I passed it on to, and I have to give him credit, and I have to give him a shout right now, because it was him and one other brother that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know nothing about Moorish science. The brother that one of them is Nakeem Bey of the Great Seal Association. The other is my brother Ralim Salahuddin Il of Harlem, New York.
Islam to them, Islam and Nakeem Bey though, because Nakeem Bey is in my lineage. Because
yes, sir.
A few of my teachers have most definitely built with that brother.
Right, and brother Ralim is like the unofficial godfather of Harlem. This is what it is. I'll leave it at that. But Ralim, you know, my brother Forrest passed on that correspondence info to brother Ralim. And this is one little piece, and then we're going to talk about our subject. So Ralim had sat on that for a minute, but Ralim, like I said, he was like the mayor of Harlem. So there was this brother who was in the Nation of Islam, and during this time, we're talking 90s. Y'all know what 125. Some of y'all know what 125 was like in the 90s. It was like people would make a living out on the street, you know, vending. Like, it was crazy. So there was this one brother who was in the Nation of Islam. What he used to do research and then get photocopies of excerpts from books and then put together his own little research pieces from various books and sell them like they were his own booklets, pamphlets. That's what he did. That was his hustle. Nice hustle, right? And so he used to argue with Ralim back and forth about whether we're Muslims, he was in the Nation, or whether we should be Moors. And they used to go back and forth. It was friendly, but they used to go back and forth. So one day, Ralim goes by the brother's table and he sees fezzes on the table. He says, "Oh, okay. You want to come this way?" He said, yeah, yeah. So Ralim said, listen, because Ralim was connected to the temple. Ralim said, I'm going to give you the address to Temple 21. The brother was like, nah, I don't really want to deal with an organization. You know, I just came out of the Nation, you know, a lot of negative internal politics. I want to stay away from that. So Ralim handed him the correspondence info. This brother ordered the correspondence lessons. It took a long time for him to get them. Then guess what he did? Because of his excitement and his enthusiasm, did more research to back up and support the lesson package. And that research, he added to it and expanded on those lessons. Then he began to teach in the Bronx and in Harlem. More people wanted the lessons. They said, well, why don't we just get them from you? So he created an online magazine called the Moorish Paradigm. That's our brother Hakeem Bey. That's how that got started.
That's information right there.
That's how that got started.
Yeah,
now you all know.
That's information right there.
Now you all know.
Yeah,
that's how that got started.
Yeah, because I always that's why because I own quite a few Moorish paradigms,
brother. And to you in the Carolinas, see, it was the Moorish. It was through Hakeem Bey and the Moorish paradigm stuff that CMB's teachings exploded on the East Coast and gave rise to a lot of these quote unquote online Moorish nations that were connected to Native American names.
Mm-hmm.
The Delaware Moors, the Lenape Moors, that's where all that stuff came from. They all ordered his course.
Well, why Raphael?
What do you say?
Raphael, bro.
Oh, like, wow. Really? Shout out to my brother Il Divine. I see Il Divine in the chat. He was there.
Peace, Il Divine was there.
He bears witness. Il Divine brought up, oh, man. See, I'm glad he brought that up, though. He brought up the Azizan Moors. It was a brother by the name of Scholar Hawk Ill. Now, I'm glad he brings that up. Thank you, brother. This is why. Scholar Hawk Ill was a former student of Nakeem Bey. He studied with Nakeem maybe a few months. Then, listen close, Nakeem, then he left and he got his hands on, because at this time period, people, listen close. CMB's work was not written for the average individual. It was written for initiated Freemasons and Eastern Stars.
Exactly.
That's who it was written for.
Exactly.
That said, we had our own misconceptions of the Moorish movement. So when we're reading CMB's literature, we're reading it with that misconception of an understanding. So we sought out additional material that related to or correlated with our misunderstanding. And guess what that was? European sovereign citizen literature. I'm one of those people that began associating sovereign citizen material with Moorish American identity. So a lot of the work I'm doing is penance work, people. See?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, we start looking, what do we find? We find the Johnny Liberty Handbook. That's what Skylar Ill found. Skylar Ill took what Nakeem was teaching, and he took the Johnny Liberty material, put it all together, created what he called the Aziz and Moors. His number 2 guy, or one of his guys directly under him, later created what's now called the Amexem Moor Nation. That's where all that came from. See, this is history we lived. We know the people personally. This ain't something we read online. We were doing this before there was online. See? All right. All of this is very important, and it leads up to the topic. We all at that time period had a consensus misunderstanding. Y'all hear the words I just used?
Consensus misunderstanding. That means that the popular narrative, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it means.
And we all accepted that as the standard.
Yeah, you accepted their teaching. You
got it, brother. All right. Now let's talk about our good brother Taj Tarik Bey. Of course, we're New Yorkers. So we was hitting the books. We wanted literature.
Yes.
During that time period, the only person that had literature for us to read and study was Taj Tarik Bey. Taj Tarik Bey began out in Camden, New Jersey, right? Originally with the Nation of Islam, and then later joined a temple connected with the reincarnated line, John Giddens Hill. Ran into a lot of politics there. But during that same time period, he was making excursions out to Southside Queens to the Great Seal Association. And then got the approval to start a branch of the Great Seal in Camden, New Jersey, which was called the Great Seal / Moorish Order of the Round Table.
Yeah, I heard of that.
And he began producing literature that he called civic lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, because we were starved, and as man unfolds, as God unfolds, man, them civic lessons was like crack to us. We devoured that stuff. You hear me? We devoured that stuff. You know? We were like, man, this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. But you know what? A lot of people to this day, right now,
yes,
feel the same way you felt back then.
Brother, I'm glad you brought us back with the timeline. As man unfolds, his God unfolds. Man's God today, tomorrow is not God. What does that mean? Allah doesn't change.
No,
truth doesn't change.
No,
but what we do in the West, we think truth is relative. So we think my truth is my truth and your truth is your truth. Nah, wrong. Wrong. Your approach to truth is different than my approach to truth. Maybe you're closer. Maybe you're not. But if your position on truth is the same today as it was 10 years ago, you probably haven't grown much. Okay. See, that's what it means. Man's God today, tomorrow is not God. The wise man doubteth often and changes his mind. The fool is obstinate and changes not. He knows all things but his own ignorance. See, that's what the prophet said. See that? So this was us in the early 90s, summer of 91 to begin. Here it is, 2025, and we shake our head in dismay that there are people that still think this way. And because you don't agree, they think you don't know.
Facts.
See what I'm saying?
Facts.
They think because you don't agree with them that you must not know what they know. It's like, nah, my guy, we were doing what you're attempting to do when there was no internet. And you had to be outside. It wasn't no email and affidavits, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
I wasn't there during that time, but I have done my research and, definitely got in line with that type of history.
Shout out to my brother. Hold on real quick. I got to shout out my comrade. Ali's Men is in the building. Raphael is Ali's Men, by the way.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and make no mistake, Sheik 7 Ill is Ali's Men. Got to say that
it again. Say it again. Say it
Gotta
again.
Say that to the world.
Say it again. Say it again.
But listen, shout out to my brother. Matter of fact, y'all need to go there immediately. Or I'm saying it in my what's his name? Dollar Bill voice, immediate. Go to ScimitarUSA.com. Right? And look at the Moorish, and look at the Moorish wares out there. That's my brother Nazir. He's in the chat.
And guess what?
Yes, sir.
Cold.
Oh yeah.
Cold. Them designs are cold.
Right.
Yeah. And guess what, Nazir? Man, send us a commercial over so we can start putting it on the intro, outro, and do some commercials in here. You know what I mean? Come on, let's promote the brands. Let's do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. So listen. So, like I said, there was at that time period, especially in New York, there was a collective consensus misunderstanding of the movement. We thought the movement was separatist. We thought that, we are separate from the United States government, that we are not citizens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we thought. And more importantly, and you know what? Okay, we thought that, whatever. But most importantly is we thought that that's what the prophet taught. All right. And ain't know nothing about the prophet. Remember, I said I was introduced to this thing. Ain't know nothing about the prophet other than his name and that he was the founder of the movement. That's all I knew.
That's it.
All I knew. Right? All right. Back to our good brother Taj Tarik Bey. Again, we give him high honor because, he fed us when we was hungry.
Yes, he did.
He fed us when we were hungry. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I got a chance to not just meet him, but lecture alongside of him in New Jersey back in 1997. Back in 97. That was when Key and I first met. So, again, we, we got a long history. History. And again, as man unfolds, as God unfolds, we weren't just studying. We were out, like I said, we were outside with the demonstration. It was like, wait a minute. We're not a part of, quote unquote, the Union State Society. We didn't even understand the words. Let me say that again. We didn't understand the words. See, CMB kind of knew what he was talking about. The problem is we didn't understand what he was saying.
Oh, man.
We didn't understand what he was saying. He said Union State Society. A society is social, not legal.
Exactly.
Not legal. Social.
Say that again one more time.
A society is social, not legal, people.
What is the difference between social and legal? I gotta ask you that before you go on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I say this all the time, right? Nationality trumps the law.
What?
Nationality trumps. Why do I say nationality trumps the law? And this is why. Well, let me take it a step back. Politics trumps the law, and sociology trumps politics. Let me say it again. Politics trumps the law. Sociology trumps politics. Let me explain it. It's very easy.
Yeah, because you're going to have to explain that one.
Here we go. How does politics trump the law? Here we go. Nationality determines one's political status. Isn't that what Black's Law Dictionary says? 3rd edition, 4th edition, 5th edition.
Exactly.
Nationality determines one's political status in the American system. What is political status? Political status is your group, your national group's ability to shape the social landscape by way of the political process. That's what it is, people.
And
how do you do that? Voting.
Yeah, and then doesn't the definition of nationality also imply allegiance?
Thank you, brother. As a matter of fact, that's what it's based on. Allegiance. Because it's tied to what? Citizenship. There's no such thing as nationality without citizenship.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute.
No such thing.
So say it again.
There's no such thing as nationality absent citizenship. Because nationality is the quality of citizenship. Look at the definition in Black's Law Dictionary. It says that quality or character that arises out of the fact that a person belongs to a nation or a state. Now, a nation is not synonymous with race.
No, it's not.
No.
A nation is not synonymous with inhabitancy.
It's not.
The word citizen is a political term, and nation is a political term.
Absolutely.
You hear what I just said? A nation's a political community. It's not a race. It's a political community.
And we agree.
Yes,
that's
sir.
right. See that?
Yes, sir.
We
three.
That's
right. See, so nationality. Now watch. I remember I said nationality trumps the law.
Yeah.
Here we go. Not in the sense of, oh well, I'm a Moor, therefore the law doesn't apply to me. That's not what it means. Nationality, or let's go back. How does politics trump the law? Here it is. I'll just ask a simple question. Would you rather be at the table? Now, mind you, let's think responsibly, not irresponsibly. You have children and you've got loved ones that you want society's protection for. The society you live in. So think like that. Think responsible. Would you rather be at the table with lawmakers discussing how the laws are to be shaped ahead of time to address your social issues? Or would you rather be in a courtroom where the law is being weaponized against you by a magistrate after the fact?
I would take the prior.
Any rational person would say the former, not the latter.
Facts.
The former, the prior, whichever way you want to take it.
But I know there's some people that are saying, well, Brother Sharif, the prophet did say, if you doubt that my principles are good for the salvation of my people, go to those that know the law. He did say that. But guess what else he said? Go to those that know the law where? Did he say the courtroom? No.
He said the city hall.
City hall.
It's
in other words, lawmakers, not
city
judges.
Council.
Lawmakers. There you go. See?
City council and your local government, people.
Right. Now, you know what's so crazy about this conversation right now? We're already debunking about two and we ain't even heard our brother yet. But anyway.
We ain't even talking about it. We ain't even talking about it yet.
Exactly. But anyway, how does sociology trump politics here? When the people come together to shape the laws for the betterment of society, they are already socially stigmatized against the Negro.
So can I say this?
Absolutely.
They are already constructed by social narrative.
Already. So now you got to get ahead of how they think about you and themselves before you can even start talking about making laws.
They made issues and
see how this works?
Off of issues and names of their forefathers.
Oh, their forefathers. I got to know something about you.
Yes, sir.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
And our prophet knew what he was doing.
He most definitely did.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. So, again, let's go over the formula. Politics trumps the law. Sociology trumps politics.
Yes, sir.
Before the laws are even made, the people are already stigmatized against you.
Absolutely.
So what does that mean about nationality? Nationality is not a legal term, despite the fact you could find the term in a legal dictionary. Whew. Nationality is a term of sociology, not law.
We got
this thing backwards for decades, people.
We got a super chat already, brother.
Wow.
Let's get what was that? Created a boundless universe. Nationality is also God-given, right? That is unalienable, which cannot be violated and is protected by the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Absolutely.
Let's explain why. Thank you for that, Created the Balanced Universe. Let's explain why.
Absolutely.
Right?
Please.
Probably said that nationality is the foundation of humanity. Mm-hmm. Why is it the foundation of humanity? Because humanity is a social creature. That's why.
And because man was created in nations and tribes. That's what make him social.
You
so
got
they
it.
Get to know each other and not
despise each other. And remember, the prophet gave us, you want to learn about nationality? Read chapter 30 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science of America. The social duties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't, as an individual, enjoy any of the benefits of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness without your brother or your sister to your left and your right.
Nope. Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See? You know what's going to happen, bro? We're going to have a whole show, and we ain't even going to get into this demo.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But this part is important, people.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
This part is important. The brother Yannick Alahim Dorsey Bey in the chat said, respectfully, there are courts, maritime and admiralty law, which is civil, not common law. Brother, I understand, dear brother, but guess what? Remember, think about what we just said. Go over what we just said, dear brother. Politics trumps the law, and I'm gonna get into it a little more detail a little bit later on. And sociology trumps politics, dear brother. It does. You don't want to be in front of the cart. You want to be behind the cart.
What?
See?
What?
All right.
Please.
Again, we were pursuing these very same things over 30 years ago.
Absolutely.
Over 30 years ago.
Absolutely.
And follow me and respectfully. If that line of thinking was correct, we'd have made the needle move.
Oh, yeah. And you know, brother, you know, me being a sheik.
Yes, sir.
You know, I get calls quite often.
Yes.
You know, from all over the states.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I have dialogue with individuals whom would possibly take on these particular ideologies, right?
Yes.
Now, my question is that truth doesn't change nor pass away, right?
Correct, you brother.
Right.
Why is there not a society of people living in that fashion successfully and productively?
Brother,
it's rooted.
Yo, let me go back to myself and my own personal history. In 91, of course, we'd studied all this stuff with the wrong thought, with the wrong idea, and we sought out ideologies that mirrored or complemented our misunderstanding. And guess where it led us? The European sovereign citizen movement. And at that time, brother, to get information, in-depth information, you either bought courses, which cost a ton of money, or you had direct ties with some of their leaders. And guess what? I know this firsthand. They made you say that Jesus was your Lord and Savior. In other words, in their mind, they converted you before they would have any other conversation.
What?
Brother, I'm telling you what I know. Y'all can Google this man right now. He passed away, European by the name of Leonard Peth, P-E-T-H.
That's wild.
Google him right now and see all the craziness. I was in contact with the man personally. And before he would talk to me any further, he said, "Do you confess Jesus as your Lord and Savior?" And just to get his info, I said, "Yep, sure do."
Pass the info, G. Stop.
Yeah. Let me get that out you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but anyway.
I gotta put this up though, bro.
Go ahead.
Somebody put something in the chat, and I want you to deal with it right before we get to the video.
Sure.
We're gonna have a lot of action tonight. I already see this. So let me put this up here.
That's a lot.
Oh my goodness. Again.
It's a lot of numbers.
Again, it's way off topic, respectfully. Why? Because nationality is a sociology term. Nationality goes into effect before laws are made, not after. Nationality does not determine what laws apply and what laws don't apply. That's a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding. There is, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. See, if you're think about it, follow me. Let's just analyze this in a very simple way. If you have to deal with extraterritorial criminal jurisdiction, how you get in that position? How you arrive there? Listen, I remember when it really hit me. I'm listening to some other Moors talk, and they were trying to talk to another quote unquote unconscious Asiatic about joining and about being a Moor. And they were like, yeah, this is important because if you ever get locked up or if you ever get in front of a judge, and it hit me right then. I'm like, wait a minute.
L's.
What do you mean?
All L's.
This goes into effect if I'm in front of a judge?
L's. Big L's.
You mean we got a holy and divine prophet who went through what he went through to get us a get out of jail free card and give us some case law so we can get out of gun and weed charges and dodge child support? Really? Because let's keep it a buck, people. Ain't none of us involved in anything much bigger than that when it comes to the law.
Absolutely.
Let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves.
Yes, sir.
See?
Yes, sir.
And guess what? This is 2025. Y'all see who's in office?
Oh.
Guess what?
Oh.
You start talking this kind of stuff in the courtrooms, you going to Guantanamo Bay. You ain't seeing no judge.
Where?
Yeah, stay out them people's house, man.
Yeah, you ain't seeing no judge.
They going where? You said where?
Right. Yeah,
what?
Right.
Stay out them folks' house.
Yeah, you going to Guantanamo Bay.
People think it's a joke, brother. But
yeah, again, we began with the wrong thought about nationality. And what did Jesus tell the poor toilers? Your thoughts are wrong. And if you're 1 inch off,
wrong.
1,000 paces away, you're 1,000 miles away from the destination. Y'all catch that?
What you say? You what?
Let's say the destination's in a particular direction. If you're 1 inch off when you begin, you're 1,000 miles away from the destination when you should have been there.
Oh,
absolutely.
You're going to keep walking the wrong direction. You're going to get further and further away.
Oh yeah.
And then what do you end up doing?
Absolutely.
You end up leading yourself into your own rabbit hole of your own design.
The mind.
And then prayerfully you can find your way out of it. But what happens is we spend so much time and energy invested in the wrong things. Now our ego gets in. I don't mean ego like pride. I mean ego like I'm set in my ways. So it's very difficult to change now. Mm-hmm. Because let me tell you, that was 91 when I began. I was doing lectures in the late 90s all the way up to the early 2000s. And I'm literally reading The definition of nationality. Nationality determines one's political status, specifically with reference to allegiance, while domicile determines one's civil status. I'm reading it and still thinking nationality is a legal term. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
I'm reading the definition to an audience, and then I go and start talking about legal stuff. Huh? You see the problem? We're not reading with comprehension, and we're not reading with guidance. This is the reason why you can't go to a college or university and buy the books and say you have a degree. It ain't that easy. It's not that easy, people. You got to actually enroll in the school. You got to actually go to the courses. The books are just there as reference, as guides. You actually have to follow the instructions. See?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead, Brother Griffith. You was going to say something.
Nah, I'm laughing at Brother Raphael.
You know me, I be tweaking over here.
I've been gigging at bro the whole time.
Bro, forgive me, bro. Y'all gotta stop paying attention to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all gotta stop paying attention to me. I be in my own little world over here, but I'm listening to y'all. But I really be tripping, bro.
No disrespect.
I apologize.
So, yeah, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, Raphael joked too much, man. He played too much.
Yeah, man. I'm telling. Hey, Raphael, stop.
He played way too much.
All right. Hey, listen, man. We're finna get into this video.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead and get in this video, man. Because Raphael, you gonna be the same one to keep us joking for the rest of the night. Yes, sir. All right. Creator of the boundless universe. Are you wrong in saying Yeshua is your Lord and Savior when in fact the MSTA is for people who love Yeshua?
No, not at all. You're not 100% wrong at all. When I say, but here's the question. But the question is why. I mean, this is a little off topic, but let's touch it really quick. See, Creator of the Boundless Universe is going to get us in trouble too. Because he has great questions. Yeah. So here we go. Are you wrong in saying Yeshua? Okay, but again, now Jesus is your Lord and Savior when in fact the MSTA is for people who love Jesus. All right. Holy. Yes, absolutely, truly. Jesus is my Lord and Savior, but why? Why? He's my Lord and Savior because through Jesus I learned to save myself. There you go. In the Bible, didn't Jesus say, pick up your cross and follow me? In other words, he said exactly what Clay Sloan said to Denzel Washington in Training Day. Around here, you got to put in your own work.
What? You got to do what?
Put in your own work. That's what Jesus said.
You would do as I have
done.
Do.
That's right.
Action.
Yes, sir.
Not talking.
Right.
Action.
Right.
You see?
Absolutely,
you see?
Brother.
And this is what I want our brothers and sisters to understand. Brother, let's end the talking.
Right. Come on now.
You know, you do know why there is hip hop, right? Because we're great talkers. We tell great stories.
That's right.
In our DNA to do such. But guess what we need to stop doing? Doing so much talking.
That we don't
telling so many stories. And dealing with so much allegory and get in.
That's right.
Let's do what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
That's right. So, I like how, and this actual fact, certain people in the street culture understand this, and I mean the real street culture. But Project Baby and Me podcast said it. Nobody's above the program.
Nobody.
Nobody's above the program.
With that being said, bro, we're finna get to this video.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
That was a great way to segue into this. Like,
that's
listen,
right.
Listen, nobody's above the program.
Nope.
Facts.
Nobody. So let's see what we got. Brother Taj, let's see what you're talking about, brother. Bring it back. Okay.
Everybody have a pen, pencil, notes. So we're going to deal with the writ of discovery and disclosure, and we're going to deal with concept points. This is the main writ that shut down Citibank and a few of the banks with their foreclosures, and they're trying to start them back up again.
Okay, can you stop for a second?
They're trying to start them back up again because the economy will collapse.
Yes. Bro,
okay, you heard what he just said?
Hear me?
He actually just said it. So he said, this is the writ that stopped Citibank. Then he said, it started back up because if not, the economy would collapse. This is hugely important. So, but the last thing he said absolutely nullified the significance of the first thing he said. He said that there was a writ, in other words, document, a legal treaties presented in court that stopped Citibank, right? Okay. Wow, nice. You could write something and stop a whole conglomerate, right? But then he said this. He said, but it started back
we
up.
Go back.
But it started back up because if not, it would collapse the economy. All right. I don't know if he's specifically talking about what I'm about to say, but he might as well be. It wasn't just Citibank involved in what I'm about to say, but there's other banks that got caught with their hand in the cookie jar and brought before the courts for money laundering for the cartels. Not one arrest. You hear me?
No.
Not one arrest. Not one. But why? Why? He was right. He said, yeah, to do so would collapse the economy. You absolutely right. So guess what that's called, people? That's called, repeat after me. I want everybody to repeat after me. Too big to fail.
Too big to fail.
Too big to jail.
Too big to jail.
In other words, okay, and I'm going to say something super controversial. It's going to tick some people off, but it's a topic of another show. Sheet 7, write it down. Here it is.
Yes, sir.
The United States is not a corporation.
Oh, we already got that
Hold
show.
on. I got to add to it, though. The United States is captured and owned by corporations.
Oh.
Big difference.
Oh.
Big difference.
Oh.
Boom.
Big difference. That is why, see, because the United States works for somebody.
We already talked about that.
And that somebody is not Democratic or Republican.
And don't care.
Republican and don't care.
Definitely don't care.
Don't care.
That's somebody, right? And I'm not talking about a person or an individual or a particular group. So don't get that out of your head. I'll just say somebody for now. That somebody is what we call a national, meaning they are not beholden to any nation. All they care about is the emerging global markets and controlling global finance. That's all they care about.
Yep.
All right.
We got a comment from Creator the Boundless Universe. It says, here we go. Some of you will do greater things, and some of you will do greater things than me.
That's right. That's what Jesus said. That's right.
Absolutely.
Because he's to provide an example. He's to provide an example. What did Prophet Drew Ali say? Who is Jesus coming in? He said this at the first convention. He held up the literature. Said, I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Now take these and do what? Save yourselves. How about that? If it could save a nation, it could definitely save me.
What?
What? See?
What? Yes,
yeah. Sir. If it could save a nation, it could save me. So I just wanted to point out what our brother just said. See, our brother Taj, you know, in my humble opinion, he's stuck in a time warp. He's so used to teaching the same things. See?
Yes, sir.
It's very important. But now, the first thing he said about the whole Citibank thing, he said, this is the writ that stopped Citibank, and then turned around and said, but nothing was really done. Why? Because too big to fail, too big to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Which means what? The law and the courts in this respect don't mean a thing. What's the point of filing the writ?
Exactly.
See that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Play tape. Roll tape.
Still corrupt. They're starting it up again for closing because the economy is collapsing. Nevertheless, it's a fraud, and that's the major thing. Proved. And the major reason for the writ is to save a lot of Moors from being on the street. Because it's your stuff anyway. And ultimately, as this thing begins to collapse, the ultimate cure for this whole thing in North America and the world anyway is nationalization. Yeah. And they're trying to avoid it, but it's going to come to that irregardless.
Can you pause it?
It's not what necessarily.
Yes. Another misconception, people. Nowhere in the Prophet's literature does he say anybody is ever nationalized.
Nope.
Big misconception. Nowhere does the Prophet say we nationalize. And those who say contrary have never read the definition of nationalization. Because if you read the definition of nationalization, you would realize the error in that thought. Here is an example of the use of the word nationalization or nationalize. The Euro West got pissed off at Saddam Hussein after he nationalized the oil wells in Iraq. See? You ever heard the phrase eminent domain? Where government takes control of private property?
Mm-hmm.
That's nationalization. We don't do that. See? We don't do that. Again, another misconception that became part of a standard misunderstanding that everybody just accepted. Yep, we don't do that.
Not at all.
No, we don't nationalize. Even if we wanted to nationalize, we can't. What do we own? And what power do we have to take? And make no mistake, as bad as people have tried over the past 30 or 40 years, ain't no affidavits taking nothing.
Nope.
Even now, follow me. Even with what's called adverse possession, where everybody all of a sudden want to start taking homes and things like that of that nature.
Squatting.
There's a way to do that right, but that ain't got nothing to do with nationality or birthright, people. It has nothing to do with nationality or birthright. It's called adverse possession. That means it's a contested possession. That's what it means. It means there's a contested possession, which is settled where? In court.
In court.
Ain't no taking possession of somebody else's property and then posting an affidavit on the door and changing the lots. That's not adverse possession.
Talk to him.
See?
You're squatting.
Mm-hmm. It's not adverse possession. There is a way to do adverse possession, yes. But it ain't got nothing to do with nationality, people. See, here's an example of adverse possession. You got distressed properties or people that just don't want to, and you got back taxes. You got super back taxes on the property. Right? Or maybe not that many back taxes. you assume possession of that property, right? Because you want the property. The owner, if it's been distressed that long and he doesn't want to pay the taxes on it, probably will not contest your possession. But you have to settle it in the courts.
Yep.
And then you put in the work, time, and finance to bring the property up to code.
Yes.
You either then reside in it, rent it, sell it. That's how it works. But ain't got
And
nothing
then
to do
there's
with that.
stipulations upon doing each one of those.
There you go, brother. Sure is.
Because you still got to get the approval.
Right.
Because I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I do home restoration and home renovation myself. So I know
You already know.
how they deal with properties.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm gonna just say this.
Yes.
No, with what I know, and
Yes, sir.
I can say this, bro. I have not been in that business that long. But however, what I can say is this: it don't work like that.
It doesn't work that way. Now, well, all right, let's
go.
roll the tape. Let's continue.
Hey, go all night on this topic.
We can.
Get busy, bro.
What you want, what we want, what anybody wants, is what it's going to be. You know, and so the deal of it is, we are the least politically active people, and so we need some heavyweight tools quick, particularly our people. And it's kind of hard because we haven't been used to this kind of stuff. We've been used to dealing with beliefs. Now we're going to have to deal with knowledge, because that's what's going to save the world. Now, if everybody's been paying attention, like, remember we talked about Sister Rose before? The rights of indigenous people. Everybody who has the book? Yo, show the book. Come on, who is this? Yes. Now, introduce yourself.
Peace, Islam. I'm Ra, the stone, fire, I'm Mel. Islam. Rights of the indigenous people.
Yes. And we're going to expand on this. This is what Obama signed. That's what the Europeans are upset about. We've been telling people this for 25 years, but basically, this is what he signed. And so it'll start getting people to pay attention to what we've been saying so they can stop thinking it's just merely our opinion. And if you listen to some of the talk radio shows like Rush Limbaugh and what's the guy's name? Yeah. Complain about saying Obama's trying to send the honkies back home and all that stuff. That's the European position. Yeah.
Well, if they want to be soft and they can't do it here, they got to go home.
And see, the real deal is, that's the point. But it need not be like that. It need not be like that. They need to just act right. Stop. Yes.
Technically, according to the treaty, we are their friends in commerce.
Yes.
They would treat us with respect because they're wrong. But because they want to be corrupt and act with trickery and debauchery, then now we have to pull out our cards.
Now.
Bro.
Go ahead, Bo.
Bro.
Okay, hold on.
Remember we talked.
No,
Bro.
let's stop. Let's stop for a second. This is a really good topic to unpack. Let's just start with the quote-unquote rights of indigenous people. Right. Our good brother Taj Tarik Bey said that Obama signed this, and he said this is what the Europeans are talking about. All right, let's unpack this. First and foremost, what did he sign?
I was just about to ask that.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the rights of indigenous people? What is it?
Absolutely.
Here's what it is, people. It was a declaration by the United Nations. Stop. When And how does the United Nations have the authority to make laws for any nation?
It can't.
Okay. All right.
It can't.
When is a declaration law?
Can't.
Never.
It's not.
Never.
It's just a declaration.
It just means that the United Nations recognizes the rights of indigenous people. That's all it means. That's all it means.
So Red can't get his chain back.
What?
That's what I thought you were saying.
Bro.
That's what I heard you say. Red can't get his chain back.
Yeah, for real, like dude, like for real,
Yeah.
Like for real, bro.
like you're supposed to be serious right now, bro.
I know. I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
We were just looking so serious on that topic, bro. I just had to throw that in there. My bad.
Bro, that chain is gone
right now, bro.
That chain is good.
I just had to throw that in there.
Out of here. But listen,
this guy is crazy.
and let's keep it and okay. So the United Nations, let's look at when the United Nations came into being. Who can tell me what year? Who can tell me what year?
I can't tell you.
46.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
It was around that time. Yeah, I believe it was 46.
46, right after World War II.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about the IMF and the World Bank? International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. When did they come into being?
That I don't know.
How about around the same time?
Mm.
So what happened before 1946, after World War II? The Bretton Woods Agreement, people.
Mm-hmm.
And in short, we covered this on a previous show in greater detail. What did the Bretton Woods Agreement do? Gangster the rest of the world, whose economies were destroyed during World War II because they were bombed back to the Stone Age.
Mm-hmm.
And the U.S. was the only economy that was the only country that was a part of the war that wasn't bombed and whose economy not just survived but thrived. So it was better coming out of the war than it was when it went in. Mm-hmm. We had 75% of the world's gold reserves in our possession and controlled most of the major trade routes. So any other nation that needed their economy stabilized, the Bretton Woods Agreement was how the United States gangstered the rest of the world into accepting the U.S. dollar as the standard world currency.
Exactly.
Okay. Then comes the IMF. Then comes the World Bank. Then comes the United Nations. All three of these institutions, in reality and you can always see the play after it's run.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What did these three institutions do? Ensured
everybody
Euro-West hegemony. That's what it did.
Right.
Because there was a bunch of non-member states of the United Nations. They weren't in the United Nations. That was part of what? The nations that were being exploited by the Euro-West.
Mm.
They didn't have no say in the United Nations. So I say all that to say this. When the United Nations makes a declaration and says, oh, yeah, we recognize the right of indigenous people, what force and effect does it have?
Tell me.
None.
That chain through, Carl.
It's over. It has no force and effect, people.
Can't get that back.
No. No. No force and effect. Understand?
I would say you want to talk dive in on that the friendship treaty, because she said that too.
She said the treaty of peace and friendship?
Yeah. She was like, we
context is king, people. Context is king.
Our card.
Context is king, right? Context is king. Let's just talk about, for instance, we're talking about a treaty. That means you got to be a party to the treaty for it to have any effect on you, right? So you got to be a party to the treaty. Well, what were the parties to the treaty, people? Here we go. The United States, which would include its citizens, by way of its what? Representatives, because that's what a Republican form of government is.
Yeah, absolutely.
The people rule by way of their elected representatives. That's what a republic is.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's the United States, and what was the other party? The Emperor of Morocco and his subjects. That's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
So either you are a citizen of the United States, which means you have representation there via Thomas Barclay, or you're a subject of Morocco. Which? So if you're talking about you sovereign, that means you're not a party and never were. That's what it means. Treaties are not signed between individuals. They're signed between nations, people.
Say it again.
See how simple that was? We didn't have to quote no
Say it
case
again,
law.
bro.
Yeah, treaties are formed between nations. Remember what we said at the very beginning?
Not individuals, bro.
A nation is a political community, people. It ain't a race. It ain't a race.
And not individuals. That's what they do.
That's right. And the parties to that treaty are clearly delineated.
Oh my God. We got a question from Creator the Balanced Universe. What about the League of Nations and the Federal Reserve Act?
League of Nations is the United Nations. It was first called the League of Nations.
Yep.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Centralized bank started up under that too, correct?
Say it again.
Centralized banking. That started up under that.
Absolutely.
That what really trickled the whole thing. I mean, I can.
Yeah. You're talking about you're talking about the whole Jekyll Island meeting and all of that. So this was the beginning, or in a sense, the beginning of what we now today call global financialized capital. This was the beginning of global financialized capital. Okay. Yep. This is the beginning of that.
Okay.
Now, and that's important. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it a little bit later about why it's important.
Because I got excited about that a little bit, but we'll say
see, this is what we have. Remember, I mentioned earlier about, and I'd like you all, and again, make no mistake, listen, I'm good, we're good on our feet. So you hear me say it, I want you all to take notes and then do the research and prove me wrong, please.
Yeah.
Because that way I learn. But I don't think you'll be able to do it. Here we go. Remember I said the United States is not, and this is, and respectfully and friendly as a Muslim and lovingly, I would debate anybody on the topic. Live. And here's the best part. I'll use their notes to disprove their argument. The United States is not a corporation. The United States is captured by and run by corporations. There you go. What we are is a nation state inside of monopolies, inside of which is inside of asset managing giants, which is inside the owners and controllers of global financialized capital. So it's like box inside of a box inside of a box inside of a box.
Say it again.
We're thinking that the ultimate authorities are national, and they're not. They're a-national. We're thinking too small.
Bro, and you just broke down a-national to us. A-national is a whole different demonstration.
See?
Whole different machine.
But that's why I bring it up, because that's where we are now. But it began with the Jekyll Island meeting. It began with the creation of, the Federal Reserve. And then later exploded with the military-industrial complex after World War II.
Yep. Eisenhower tried to warn everybody.
He did.
Wait for the material.
Yep, he did. But that was when he. But that's when he was hightailing it out of the seat with his pants on fire.
Right. He got what he needed.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say that online. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Let's get back to what our brother's saying. Let's
Go
see
ahead,
what-
brother. Yes, sir.
let's see what he's saying.
Remember when we talked before?
Yes.
Put it back some time.
Yes.
Concept. When you understand who you are and who they are, you understand the law.
Yes.
When you're not clear, you can't understand the law.
You cannot stand on your square if you do not know these things.
And you must be yourself. That's why Garvey said, how did he begin to start uplifting the Moorish Americans? By teaching them to be themselves. Why? Because without being yourself in fact and in law, you cannot be claimed to an estate because you are in dishonor of your mothers and your fathers.
Stop.
This is
Hey.
where now.
Yes, sir.
Let's deal with another misconception.
Mm-hmm. Talk
Here we
about
go,
sir.
people. Another misconception. This one probably is going to hurt a little. It's going to sting a little. He used the prophet's words, yes, but then applied it to a context that's not the context. He said, yeah, if I can, he said, you know, how the prophet began to uplift the Moorish Americans by teaching them to be themselves. This is true, right? Hold on. Then he says, because if you're not yourself, you're not connected to your estate and you are in dishonor. That's what he said. He says, oh, you're not yourself, especially in law. Stop. Remember, we already dealt with that. Nationality has nothing to do with law, people. Nationality is sociology. It's not law. But if you follow that line of logic or illogic and you say, oh, it's a law thing, then it makes sense when you hear vast estate. You think you're getting a paycheck. You see the problem? Now what are you doing? You either fighting somebody for a paycheck or waiting for a paycheck.
Most of the time, we're just waiting.
You so far off the path. You way off. Man, oh man. You see?
Yes, sir.
Yo, that's not it.
Absolutely.
That's not it.
It's not it.
See? It's not it. So watch. What did the prophet mean by, okay, then what did the prophet mean by vast estate? I gave you the keys to your vast estate. The prophet also said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, people. Okay, what is our birthright? Nationality and birthright. That's what it says on our nationality card.
Ho.
Go ahead.
Wait. We
Go ahead.
always talk about birthrights, right?
Yes.
Let's take things in context with the term.
Come on now, brother.
Right.
Come on, brother.
It's rights that you already had before you even had physical manifestation.
There you go. And you know, and brother, they don't know what that is.
I know they don't.
We didn't know until recently.
Exactly.
What did our prophet tell us? He said about the fool, right? The wise man doubt often and change his mind. The fool is obstinate
always
and changes not. Knows all, and he said that too. Right. He said it for always beginning. Whoo! He said, listen to this. He boasted of things, he boasted of the attainment of things that are of no worth. But where it is a shame to be ignorant, there he has no understanding. See that? So, birthright. Our prophet said this when he's talked about, there's only one issue for our salvation. I'm paraphrasing, and that's through your connection to the Moorish Divine National Movement, which is what? Incorporated in this government and recognized by all nations of the world. And he said, through it, they and their children can receive their divine rights unmolested.
Actual fact.
So if we're in courts trying to finagle rights, we're molesting ourselves. Unmolested means nobody's in the way.
Nobody.
Y'all catch that?
Yes, sir. I caught it.
Yeah. If we're in the courts and coming up with this affidavit and looking up this and just to have basic rights?
Folly.
Absolutely.
He said
Absolutely.
unmolested, people.
Unmolested.
Now let's go back to the whole birthright thing. Brother Sheik 7 was 110% correct. Here it is, people. You ready? That's why I had to bring this part up about unmolested. Right? Here's your birthright. Birthright is what? Part of the human family. What is that birthright? The power of collective self-determination.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
When you are living your life thinking you are a color in a crayon box. See, it's not just the name, it's the principles that go with it.
How it makes you act.
Right. A lot of us will say we're not black, but we still live like we are. It's the
because they don't understand what goes along with being black.
Come on, brother. Exactly. It's the principles, people. You could have a box of Cheerios. What do you expect? It says Cheerios on the box. So what you expect in the box? Cheerios.
And cereal too.
I can write something else on the box. I can write something else on the box. It don't change what's in the box, does it?
Yeah. It ain't gonna be green beans or green peas in there.
There you go. So listen, you can change the name, change the principles. See, but you have to know the difference before you can change. That's the thing. So if you playing by Wimpy rules in Popeye, in the Popeye cartoon, I gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. See, that's Negro demonstration. That's waiting for a check, thinking it's birthrights.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what that is.
Created by the universe. What about the League of Nations and the Federal Reserve Act of 1932?
Oh, he had asked that earlier. Yeah, he had asked that earlier.
Oh, yeah, you already answered that?
Yeah, so those were created, right, after or before World War II, but they were preparing the way. See? Well, they were preparing the way, but League of Nations is the United Nations.
Oh, brother, he just said something serious. Unalienable.
Equals straight like that.
Straight like that.
That's right.
Straight like that. I appreciate you creating a balanced universe for that.
See what I'm saying?
Straight like that.
This is what we're dealing with, people. We're reading the prophet's words with no understanding.
Exactly.
The prophet said, "Be not like the horse and the mule, between whom there's no understanding." In other words, y'all just look alike, can't produce nothing.
That's what I was going to say. How much does the horse look like the mule? And I'm gonna say this though, and I don't mean to be condescending. Right. How much do they look like us?
There you go. You see?
Because I'm gonna say that because at the end of the day, one thing that distinguishes itself is truth from falsehood.
Right.
It's gonna distinguish itself. I don't have to say anything.
Right. See?
So, yeah.
Exactly, brother. This is but here's the thing though. They both got to be on the scene before you can make the distinction.
Exactly. Clean glass and the dirty glass.
There you go. They both got to be on the scene so you can tell the difference.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Both got to be on the scene. Mo, give me a quick. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break.
Yes, sir. Hey, look. One thing for sure and two things for certain. We have to begin to. It's not about segregation of people. It's about segregation of light and darkness.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Intelligence and ignorance. So this demonstration here is to present the clean glass next to the other glass, not necessarily the dirty glass, because you may not perceive it as such. So this is what this show is about, and we're gonna get to it. So we haven't even got into a portion of it yet. And we already an hour and oh man, so we're gonna have a long night.
Oh man, we ain't even got through 4 minutes.
So we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this.
It's gonna have to be a part 2 because we ain't even got.
It's gonna have to be a part 2 to this. We're gonna end it and then come back. And yeah, it's gonna be.
We definitely need a part 2.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a part 2 to this one. It's gonna be a part 2 to this one. So yes. I'm gonna say right now, I'm looking at it. So we've already been live an hour and 40 something. I said we got like 40 more minutes. 30 to 40 more minutes.
There you go.
Brothers gotta demonstrate their measure, but we're gonna get as far as we can.
Yeah,
right.
We're gonna demonstrate. We're gonna do.
Again, when you have the wrong, we already started on the wrong foot. Well, we didn't, but I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. The misconception starts on the wrong foot by thinking nationality is a legal demonstration when it's not. You're already on the wrong foot, right there.
Mm.
Now you chasing case law, chasing different types of application of law. Now you chasing admiralty maritime. Now you chasing statutory jurisdiction. Now you chasing. You see what I'm saying?
Chasing Jason.
You down the rabbit hole. You Don Quixote trying to kill windmills.
Chasing Jason.
Doing nothing.
Right. Right.
All right, we're gonna see what else he got to say before we stop. Hey, but hold on, bro. Stop laughing, bro. Stop laughing, bro. That's not funny, bro.
It's not, man. It's not, man. It's not,
look,
man.
Hey, look here, brother. Look here, brother.
I'm cool, brother. I'm cool, brother.
We got the master teacher. We got the master teacher, bro. We got
cool, brother.
Wait a minute, brother.
No, you know what? Before we even go any further, I'm very serious about our good brother Taj Tarik Bey.
Yes.
See, we're not making light of or joke about our brother's misunderstanding.
No.
I want to point it out, but here's the thing. When you have people talking about, and I need everybody to listen very close, lean in on this one. When you have people talking about National Grand Sheikh and Divine Minister Taj Tarik Bey and Taj Tariq, when you have all of that, and he's the master teacher, we're not trying to deny him his just due. But make no mistake. Two things. One, he didn't call himself those things.
No, he didn't.
And then two, or if he does later, it's because it was pushed upon him. But here's the big thing that I want to touch on. A whole bunch of people who are hiding behind Taj Tarik Bey's work to justify their foolery are propping him up as a human shield.
That's heavy, bro.
That's what's happening.
Bro, that's heavy.
They're taking advantage.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
That's what they're doing.
That's heavy.
Yes, sir.
Bro, say that again. Propping him up as...
They're propping him up as a human shield so they can continue their foolery and put it on him.
Yep.
Bro, that's heavy. Bro, bro.
That's coward business, people.
I think he should listen. I think he should hear this. That's a heavy statement.
Brother, that's coward. That's what, see?
Yeah.
That's coward business.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yes, sir. That's what's happening.
That's heavy. Created a boundless universe. I thank you for your contributions. Yes, Created a boundless universe always in here. He's always, he's always setting it up. Always setting it up.
I'll give you all an example. I'll give you two examples.
Let's go.
Matter of fact, I'll give you 3 examples.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
All 3 of these people were following the teachings of Taj Tarik Bey and Ras Mariah Bey. But they were not taught directly by Taj Tarik Bey or Ras Mariah Bey specifically.
Ooh.
They were encouraged by people who are following Taj Tarik Bey and Ras Mariah Bey. And these people encouraged these three individuals that I'm talking about. I'm going to name one of them because the other two, the names escape me. But the first is our sister, the late Corinne Gaines in Baltimore, Maryland.
Heard of her. The one that got murdered, right?
Got murdered by police.
Oh,
the other two got murdered by police too.
Unalive.
Sorry, thank you, brother. Got unalive by police because they followed this teaching to its logical end. And the people that gassed them up and put the battery in their back to do it,
nowhere to be found.
When they died, got online to talk about how they did this wrong and that wrong, and they should have done this and should have done that. So the same people were propping up that are propping up Taj's teachings, so they can continue their foolery, and gas them, propped them up too.
Creative Balance Universe. Using him to exploit and extort and fleece the people.
That's exactly what's happening there, brother.
Absolutely. Honors and gratitude for the $5 super chat.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're trying. Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. You see, it's irresponsible is too light a word. See, it's too light a word. And the people deserve responsible instruction.
And brother, that's why we have Let's Think podcast.
Praise Allah.
I'm gonna always present to you responsible scholarship, responsible teachers, responsible speakers. We don't, we don't deprecate from that quality.
No,
not at all.
See, we got to have response. We deserve it.
We deserve it. Our people deserve it. Our children.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's. But so anyway, our brother Taj, especially now in this particular juncture, is being taken advantage of in this way.
Well, let's see what else he got to say.
Absolutely.
Nationality plays a vital role on the planet. We're not just talking about the process, what's done to protect the rights of people. We're talking about divine law translated into civilization, and that's what that principle is. Honoring your mothers and your fathers, that your days may be longer upon the earthland, which the Lord thy God Allah gives. And that's the truth.
Not long ago, I was engaged in a dialogue with a fellow sovereign who said to me that being sovereign and knowing the law had nothing, just didn't have any benefits. There was what good, his exact words was, what good does it do to be sovereign unless I'm in a legal battle or a lawful battle? There's no benefit to it. And I felt sorry for that brother. I truly did, because for him to be sovereign and yet not
he's not sovereign. See, this is what must be understood. No, stop. I had a conversation, of course, we talked last night. I'm sure persons in the room, some of them recognize the conversation I had last night. So I talked with you before, you're sitting over there.
Yes.
Make this very clear. Sovereignty cannot be bought, and it cannot be sold. It's not something that can be packaged. Everyone lift up your left arm. Close your wrist. Take these two fingers like this. Feel your pulse. Calm down. Feel that beat of the universe. called blood, and the political nature of that is called consanguinity. The descendant nature from your ancient mothers is called your nativity. That's called nationality.
Stop. That is not nationality. Okay, it's not nationality. I was
going to say something.
And now follow me on this. This is being taught erroneously in a number of different places. Nationality comes from the mother, and this is no slight on motherhood. But what they're teaching, they're saying nationality comes from mother. This is why. Because they're saying the word nationality, the root word is nativity, and the Latin for nativity is natio, right? Which relates to mother. Okay, listen close, people. There is a stark difference between a definition and an etymon. They're not the same. They're not the same.
Oh man, say that again.
There is a stark difference between etymology and linguistics or definitions. Etymology shows you the root of a word and the progression of how it's used in society. See? It's not a definition.
No.
Let's just put it like this. Those of you that are employed for someone, if they applied the science of etymology to your name, you would never get your check.
I swear to God.
I bet it makes sense now, don't it?
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarvis, you know he right. Jarvis, you know he right. Bro, you know he right. You know he right. Bro, me and you talk about the titles of our jobs all the time.
Right.
Right.
Bro,
you know he right.
You'll never get your check.
Never get your check.
You see what I'm saying?
What? I'm going to get mine, though, brother. I'm going to get mine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't get
I'm from around the way.
Not going to take for them.
I am from around the way.
Around the way.
I'm leaving with something.
Let's see.
That's not what nationality means. See, now watch, follow me.
Yes,
Look how the definition he gave totally confuses and convolutes the issues. Because when you're talking about blood, now you're talking about what? Ethnicity and race. And there's a stark difference.
Ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, exactly. Nationality is socio-political.
Not geopolitical.
Or ethnic. It's not. That's easy to prove. I was just watching Godfather 2 earlier today.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
I watch it too.
When at the one point when the young Don Corleone was trying to advocate for the older woman who was getting kicked out of her apartment, and he asked the owner of the building, are you Sicilian? He said, nah, I'm Calabrese. He said, oh, we're practically brothers. In other words, you're not Sicilian, or you're Calabrese, I'm Sicilian. Those are two different ethnicities, people. But nationally speaking, they're both Italian.
We're both the same people.
See that? Socio-politically, same people. Ethnically, two different people. See? We need right education on these matters. That's why questions 12 through 14 read the way they do in the Quran questionnaire. He didn't say, what is your ethnicity? He didn't say, what is your race? He said, what is your nationality? See, because nationality is inclusive of tribes and ethnic groups. You can still be a part of a single nationality and still keep your tribalism.
Yeah, because being a part of a nation includes tribes.
Thank you.
Facts.
Again, the prophet knew what he was doing, people.
I can be Name one, and still be Moorish.
You could be Hausa and be Moorish. Tuareg, Moorish. Igbo, Moorish.
Absolutely.
Continues.
So what are we talking about when we talk about nationality?
Right. Because the back of the questionnaire gives you the objective. Right?
Yes,
Nationality is a means to an end. What is the
Absolutely.
end? The uniting of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guess what becomes a bigger question?
Yes,
Question.
sir. What's that?
And me and you were talking about it on another show.
Yes, sir.
What is Asia?
Ooh, that's a show for you right there.
That's a bigger question.
Sure is.
Yeah. So we're gonna get back to Taj right quick. Let him talk.
Yes, sir.
Let him. Oh, bro, that was a big question, and I ain't gonna even let you get into that.
That's a
No.
big
Inheritances, and thus the sovereignty of your nativity is in the blood.
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
stop. I'm glad you stopped him. Let's talk about. They're talking about sovereignty. All right. Since a lot of those under the misconception love referring to the law, let's go to Black's Law Dictionary.
Mm.
If you look up sovereign people in Black's Law Dictionary, 3rd edition, I think it's also in 4th. I got a 3rd. If you look up sovereign people, you will be very disappointed, people. You know what it says? It says the constituency of American citizenship that exercise the sovereign power through the political process. Yeah. In other words, the sovereignty is not vested in an individual. If that was the case, we'd have a king. That's what they're trying to do with Trump right now.
Trying to make him a king.
Get it?
Oh, what? They're trying to make him what?
That's, yeah, all the No King protests, shout out to them, but, you know, they should have did that organization at the booth. Anyway, so, anyway, a single sovereign is a king, people. That's not the American system of government. And there ain't no sovereign, and there ain't no sovereign without subjects.
So who the subject and who the sovereign?
There you go.
And guess what? That don't exist. And guess what? It don't exist no other way. Like without a core American values, it don't exist nowhere.
Exactly. But again, in the American system, the sovereign power is invested in the people.
Your elected vote.
And it's exercised through the political process, voting. Voting is the sovereign power.
Absolutely.
See?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Voting is the sovereign power, people. That's according to Black's Law Dictionary.
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely. So we're gonna, bro, like we ain't even got, bro, like we're gonna be on this one for a couple of reactions.
I'm telling you, let's do it.
We got y'all. We coming right back, you know. So yeah.
And understand, you know, this is exercise for us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are part of, as the brother says in every show, the great program to uplift fallen humanity.
Absolutely.
So a big part of uplifting, you could almost say uplifting is synonymous. Uplifting fallen humanity is synonymous with removing the excuses for humanity to not stand up.
Raising the dead.
There you go. Take away all the excuses. Now you got no choice but to stand up unless you choose not to.
I gave life to dry bones.
Yes, sir. You already know, bro.
So they have to stand up.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Remove the excuses. That's uplifting. See, so this is testing our ability to do so because, as the brother said, and as I said earlier, we didn't review this ahead of time.
No, sir. We come here just like this.
Just exactly.
Just like this. Knowing what we know. Knowing what we know.
That's right.
You know.
Well, the prophet is reported to have said, "Get ready before you're made to do so." And he said, "If you're not ready, get ready. If you already, stay ready."
And guess what? Been ready.
Been ready.
Been ready.
Been ready. We strive to, sincerity compels us to be serious about this demonstration.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for everybody in the chat, if you have any questions, super chat them. Now get right to them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get right to them. But we're gonna see what else Taj has to say.
Yes.
Hey, the brother does his due diligence, so we're gonna investigate.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
It's a birthright. Can't be bought. It's unalienable. Can't be transferred to another. Papers don't make it. Your mother did.
Wait a minute.
He's right about that.
Whoa, but hold on. I gotta put "but" on that.
Well, what did he say? He said papers don't. Okay, let me pull that back.
No,
papers don't what?
Listen, he said papers don't what?
I don't know what he said.
So hold on. We'll catch it right now. We'll. Hey, look here.
Calm down. Feel that beat of the universe. That's called blood, and the political nature of that is called consanguinity. The descendant nature from your ancient mothers is called your nativity. That's called nationality. Inheritances, and thus the sovereignty of your nativity is in the blood.
That's crazy. Sorry, but the sovereignty of your nativity is in the blood. Okay. Here's a quote from Prophet Noble Drew Ali during the first convention. He said, "I'm going to save you, though it is difficult due to your mixed blood bringing about a cross spirit." So what you mean the nativity is in the blood? What's that mean? What's that mean? Right. The prophet is also reported to have said, "You Moors have the blood of every nation coursing through your veins." So what's that mean?
What does it mean?
See? So when you say your nationality or your nationality, he's equating nationality with nativity, and he's equating that with who your mother is and blood. Already so far off. See, one of the things that I'm just going to say, I'm sorry. I'm preparing a presentation, as you already know, it's going to be on this show. Absolutely. Nationality, what it is and what it is not. Mm-hmm. Some of the biggest offenders of nationality or explaining it are wearing fezzes and turbans.
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely. I bear with you.
That's the irony. We're the stark irony. We're in an organization where that's the primary teaching, and we don't even know what it is.
The blood of Jesus.
We don't even know what it is. But here we are running around saying nationality, nationality, nationality. We can't be mad when others outside of the movement say, "Man, I don't need that. What good is that?" We can't be mad at them. We're not explaining it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, we can't even be mad at them. We can't even, let's just keep it a buck. We can't demonstrate the benefit of it.
How you benefit?
We can't demonstrate the benefit of it because let's just be real. We know how it is, especially those of us that have had any tenure in the streets. People follow power. People follow power. If we could demonstrate some real influence with this thing, they'd burst the doors down.
Oh, heavily. Heavily.
See? They'd burst the doors down if we could demonstrate. The Prophet Drew Ali said, Moors, you're plain rich. We just don't know.
Bro. Look at your fingertips.
Come on, man.
Look at your fingertips, bro. I look at mine every day. Like, bro, I
know for a fact.
I know.
See?
But bro, let me tell you something. The Prophets program, and I'm gonna say this.
Yes, sir.
The Prophets program,
yes,
is not meant for you to even think that you can do it by yourself.
Facts.
It's not even meant for you to even think that you can do it by yourself.
Bro, the moment, I just got to say it. The moment any of us say these two things, one, I know the Prophets program, and then two, I'm doing my own thing. That means you just negated number one.
Don't go together.
You just negated number one. You do not know what the Prophet brought. If you think you could do your own thing, that this is some information smorgasbord that you could just, come on, man. It's not it, man. It's not it. There is no such thing as I got my national. Let me say these words. There's no such thing as I got my nationality.
Oh my God.
There's no such thing
as you got.
I got my nationality. That means you don't know what nationality is.
How can you got something that was already given?
And as
you were born with.
To proclaim means to make known, and nationalities are qualities.
Yes, you can't act upon it.
You have to live the life.
There you go.
That's it. You live the life, and you can't live the life by yourself.
And let me say this, though. Let me say this.
Yes, sir.
I hope those who are involved in Islamic diaspora
yes,
don't think that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali didn't tell us how to live.
Come on now.
If you don't know, that means you ain't studied.
That's bottom line.
That's it.
Bottom line.
And I don't care what Sunnah you got.
Nope.
What Sharia you got.
Nope.
And what you think you know.
Exactly.
The Prophet gave us the dictates of how to live. Study.
Yes, sir.
Study. And start giving us. Yeah. Okay.
You got it, Mo. But
yeah.
it's we have to live the life.
The life.
If you're not living the life, you're not proclaiming nationality. And nationality is a group dynamic. If you are not demonstrating that way, guess what? You're not proclaiming nationality.
It's like this.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And I'll just say this, Mo. Brothers, I got to get off, but
yes, sir. Yes,
we're gonna have to pick this back up. But listen, I just want to end with this, right? To this point, we didn't fall. Our forefathers, when the Prophet said that is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774, and the names Negro, Black, and Colored were given to the Asiatics of America who were of Moorish descent. Okay, listen. It's not because we lost the knowledge of ourselves. Our forefathers fell knowing exactly who they were. We fell because we stopped treating ourselves the way we should treat each other. We fell because we stopped working together as a unit.
I'm this part and I'm that part, and I follow this one. And
right. Nationality is to unite people, not further other them into other. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
What we doing?
You were listen. You claiming you know nationality, you got nationality, you proclaiming nationality, but you fractionalizing even more by doing your own thing. You hustling backwards.
And hustling backwards.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this, brother.
Yes, sir.
See, everybody in the Charlotte and surrounding area,
Yes.
That's where Branch Temple number 3 reside.
Yes, sir.
We don't do sectarianism.
Come on now. That's right.
The Moorish Temple of America, Branch Temple number 3, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, we don't do sectarianism.
That's right.
We don't do it. And guess what? I'm not going to allow it to be done within those 4 walls.
See that? That's right.
It's not going to even be allowed to be done.
Right.
Because it's one Allah.
Come on now.
One prophet.
Mm-hmm.
One temple.
That's right, brother.
So if we can't meet there, guess what? Somebody ain't no believer.
Ooh.
Facts.
Somebody. I want to add to that, dear brother, and then I got to run. But again, as you pointed out, again, the prophet said it this way: we do not practice the principles of segregation amongst the temples.
At all.
Listen, we don't belong to the same group, but we belong to the exact same movement. We have the exact same prophet and the exact same God. That's enough for me.
And guess what, brother?
Yes, sir.
Can't nobody cause no division between that.
Sure can't. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Now, I want to say this too. So let's expand that even further. Prophet teaches us, question 14. Why are we Moorish Americans? Answer, because we got a nationality card and we join. That ain't what it says.
Hey, yo, I'm finna quote with you, and then you just went off to the.
I know, right? Right off the cliff, right?
I was like,
Whoa.
I'm finna quote with him. He just went left.
Yeah, he just threw me off.
Threw me out too.
It says because we are descendants of who? It says we are descendants of Moroccans and descendants of Moroccans and born in America. That's our people. So we don't so we don't other ourselves or separate ourselves from our own people. If we did that, listen. If the prophet did that, there'd be no more sign symbol of America. Now, would there be?
Not at all.
So we don't other our people from our own. We don't other ourselves from our own people. We don't.
Not at all. Not at all, bro.
Yeah, we don't do that.
But see, that's a mistake.
Yes.
That's a mistake. When they hear us say, we distinguish ourselves from the label and the so-called identification of black.
Yes. Yes.
But see, you never come dialogue with us when we talk about that.
Come on, brother.
Never, and I'm gonna say this to all of the Asiatic community.
Yes.
Especially the Asiatic conscious community.
Yes.
Listen, look, come sit down with us. Let's talk.
There you go, bro. There you go. Yes, sir.
Stop thinking that we're othering ourselves.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you the fact that we identify ourselves as Moorish Americans should even enlighten you and inform you that guess what? We are very much in tune with our ancient forefathers.
There you go. And we're very much in tune with the conditions of all of our people, including yours.
Facts.
Because we ain't no different. The only difference is our principles and how we identify.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
See?
Not even the fact that we feel different.
Come on now. That's right.
Because we feel the same.
Same.
Feel the same.
That's right.
So all of the brothers and sisters, if you identify however you identify. If you look like me and I look like you,
we're the same.
Oh, we the same. We got some business to do.
No, here's I'll just use I'll finish with the prophet as the example. In every meeting of the Moorish Science Temple of America, we give praise to Allah, we give honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and we give honors to the forerunner, the Honorable Marcus Garvey, who was the founder of the United Negro Improvement Association. How about that?
John the Baptist.
So if the prophet didn't, so if the prophet honors him as the forerunner, as his forerunner, and didn't distance himself
from,
okay.
But guess what? Here go a word, and I want everybody listening. And this how we gonna leave. It's one word. And brother Sharif,
yes sir.
When you hear this word, you're gonna be like, okay. Preparation.
Brother.
Preparation.
Duly and truly, bro.
Preparation. Because let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
We're approaching a phase in American history and American society that things are going to get very difficult for everybody watching.
I promise you.
It's going to get more difficult for you to get on this thing and look at me.
Yo, that's real. You know what? Okay, see? Let me give you all a prelude to an upcoming show. And it's going to deal with what I'm about to say. I just got to say it. I got to say it. Because you just sparked it, brother. You started it. Listen, everybody's up in arms right now. You know, it's our people, quote unquote, blacks versus quote unquote Mexicans, and over this immigration and this deportation issue and all this other stuff. We all arguing amongst each other now. Yo, y'all, man, you lost. Y'all sleeping. You sleep at the wheel. And I'm going to show you with one simple thing how you asleep at the wheel. You know, we talk about if you had any tenure in the streets, we don't care what you're saying. We watch hands, right?
Facts.
So listen, if I'm inside the house and somebody tells me the sky is pink with purple polka dots, first of all, I know better.
Absolutely.
But even if I don't know better and I doubt, all I got to do is look out the window.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now follow me. Follow me. Now follow me, people. Please listen, and then I got to jump off. Listen. Here we go. Let's look at the word deportation.
Oh, don't you do that. Don't you?
Let's look at the word deportation, people.
Oh my God.
And remember what I said. We watch hands. I don't care what you're saying. We watch hands.
Don't do that.
Follow me. What is the definition of deportation? Here we go. Somebody's from Jamaica. I had some friends years ago that were from Long Island, but they were Jamaican. They had green cards. They came up to Syracuse, was doing some illegal stuff. They got caught. They got deported. Where did they go? Answer.
Home.
I don't know.
Jamaica. Right? I had some friends from China. Got in trouble. Got deported. Where did they go?
China.
That just happened here like a month ago.
Okay, guess what? That's called deportation. Well, what is it called? Listen close. See, you Brother Sheik 7 laughing. What is it called when somebody gets sent to a third-party neutral country that the person being deported isn't even from? I'll give you a hint. It ain't called deportation.
Hey, yo, dude, you a problem.
That's not a problem. While we're arguing about deportation and immigration, and I'm going to say this and then I'm going to be done. The director of ICE said on television that the deportation program they're doing is modeled after Amazon Prime.
Oh, bro, don't say nothing else. No, bro, don't say nothing else. We got to go. Amazon. We got an Amazon Prime society.
Y'all caught that?
Amazon Prime?
Bro, he said it.
Say it again, because Raphael the Moore one, he said what?
Yo, bro, the director of ICE said they're modeling their campaign in California against the immigrants. They're modeling it after Amazon Prime.
That's wicked.
So they should make you investigate Amazon Prime. And you know what, Sharif?
Hold on. Remember? Follow me. Now you keep that idea in mind. First of all, he was being literal. He was not being metaphorical. So keep that in mind, and then flash back to the interview at the White House, the meeting at the White House with Trump and the president of El Salvador. And how they were talking about the one guy that was mistakenly sent there. He wasn't really a member of MS-13. And the Justice Department said, send him back. And the president of El Salvador said, well, how am I going to do that?
Y'all got to come get it.
Okay, let's go back. No. Let's go back to the modeling of the program after Amazon Prime. You want your product back? I need a refund. We're done with the show. All right.
Bro, did you hear him? Bro, you didn't say that. You didn't say that.
You gonna reimburse me? See?
Bro. You didn't
I paid for what I paid for.
Wow.
You didn't say that.
Wow.
They don't understand what you just.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, you just said it, bro.
Man,
I'm gonna turn you off, bro.
Man, that whole statement should have cracked the internet right now.
Bro, we gotta turn him off.
Hey Mo, in this show.
Did y'all hear what he just said? Bro.
Brother, it's the private prison industry expanded to the international market.
Bro.
Bingo. Regional power.
Told you.
Man.
My man
keep my feds on my head, bro. You just about blew my demonstration off, bro. Like, yo. Oh.
See that? Yeah.
Wowzers.
Bro, we're looking at the pilot program. Using undocumented immigrants to normalize a new process. Once it is normalized, it will do what any other business model does. Expand.
Man.
Now you know the reason why. Okay, let me ask you another question. Is it possible for citizens to be deported? Huh?
Listen. Oh, whoa.
You said that.
Whoa.
So why is it that there's talk, not just talk, plans to enact laws to deport citizens?
What type of citizens?
First of all, where are you going to deport them to if they're citizens of the United States?
You better have two flags.
Like I said, bro, they're saying deport. They're saying immigration. You better watch hands.
Oh yeah.
Because it ain't that.
Be shifting.
Because it ain't that.
I ain't even gonna say that because I was boy, that would have been very. Yeah, I'm glad I ain't say that. It said Greater Balance Universe says one central prison in El Salvador, no matter
Brother,
what.
Creator of Balance Universe gets it.
Bro, he is so correct.
Now you know what you're dealing with.
Correct.
Now you know what you're dealing with.
Yes, sir.
So when I was on the show last night with 19 Keys and right?
Yeah.
And everybody, Brother Rich asked a question. He was talking about this very thing, about the whole immigration thing or whatever was going on. He asked everybody, what are your thoughts about it? And everybody said their things. And when he came to me, this is what I said. I said, it's always a blessing to know how it's going to end.
Breakfast fight.
The prophet said, one day the Europeans going to let you down. You're going to have to store a 90-day supply of food until your brothers from the East come to rescue you.
Bro. Bro, we got to do a show specifically on the brothers from the East coming to rescue you.
Come on, brother.
We got to do one on that alone.
Yes.
Just
yes.
And guess what? We're going to bring that later.
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to tell y'all, we got to stop right now. Because my brother got to go. I got to go.
I got to go.
But look, we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up from right here.
Yes, sir.
On this video.
Yes, sir.
On the next reaction video.
Absolutely.
Our next reaction video is going to be part 2 to this video. Because I kind of knew we wasn't. I already knew. But here go the beautiful thing. Yes. We're going to continuously be bringing y'all information.
Right.
Continuously bringing y'all information.
Absolutely.
So tune in. Everybody who's looking right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you can donate to the Cash App, if you can do a super chat, super sticker, whatever you can do, all is welcome. All is appreciated because we're going to continue to bring you this information and we're going to continue to bring you shows like this. We only do responsible scholarship at Let's Think Podcast. So we hope you come back. And Sharif, man, stop doing this, man. Stop doing this, man. Because bro, that's what I love about you, bro. You dive into it, bro, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad that this video is it's gonna take 3 shows. I already know this. It's gonna be the next one, then the next one. So I can already see 3 shows coming out of this one video, and we're gonna react to it. So, and everybody this too. You want responsible Moorish scholarship? Let's Think Podcast.
Praise the Lord. There you go.
Let's Think Podcast.
And we're gonna want some laughs.
That too.
Say what?
If you want some laughs,
too. And we joke, man. We love this, bro, because it's humor. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be.
Prophet taught us to do what? Right? He said, you know, he didn't say the word distress, but I'll say it. Distress not at the calamities of the world, but rather laugh at his
Yeah. And guess what?
Yes, sir.
I'm laughing at life.
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Guess what? My brothers are too.
Yes, sir.
We taught to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can see us laugh together. That's why you see us laugh together. We always humorous. We get together. It's a brotherhood. We love each other. And
come on now.
This is Let's Think Podcast. It's always gonna be like this.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, and guess what? We're gonna have immortal technique.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to drop
that one on you. We're gonna have more technique for all my hip hop heads and everybody who love music, hip hop music. Come tap in because we're gonna have the elites come through. You already know what we gonna do.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Barrett,
yeah.
You know what? I was telling Tech a couple days ago. I told him, I said my favorite song he's ever done is called "The Cause of Death."
Ooh.
He did that back in I think 02 or 03. But if you listen to it right now, you'll hear stuff that I'm saying right now that he was saying back then.
That's powerful.
Like the chorus, he says, "Father, forgive them because they don't know right from wrong. The truth will set you free," written down in the song. And the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to life that'll save your soul.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy. So, yo, Let's Think Podcast, do me this favor. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe.
Pardon me. Go ahead, Mo. Pardon me.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
oh, they want your cash out, Mo.
Cash out? Who? Sharif?
Yes.
I'm going to put it in there right now. I'm going to put it in there right now for the brother. Or he can put it in. No, I got you. I got you, Sharif.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
You did your.
Praise the Lord. Put yours in, Mo. Put yours in.
It's already there. It's already there.
Good.
They already support me. It's about supporting you, brother.
Praise the Lord.
We got it, yeah. Put it in there right now. S. Anael-Bey, it should be right there. That's the
Oh, that's it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me put it up there right quick so everybody can see it, so they can find it in the chat. There you go. Sharif Anael-Bey, that's his cash app right there. Please, support the brother.
Yeah, and if y'all want to send me some cash too for my joke.
There you go.
1913, do it for your people.
Sir.
Do it not for yourself. Do it for your people, not for yourself. Nah.
All right, boys, listen, I gotta run, y'all. Love y'all brothers, man.
Yes,
love
Lord.
you too, brother.
Yes, Lord. All right, Joel.
Love you too, brother.
Peace.
Peace. And and camera brother right here. This is my sister Grand Sheik right here. Man, listen. We love this.
1913, brother. Do it for your people, not for yourself.
Yeah, do it for you, not for yourself. Yeah, bro. Put your joint in the chat.
Oh no, I'm just teasing, bro. We good.
Man, they can support. They can support you. Our people love us.
Oh well, if y'all gonna send me something.
Yeah, put it in there, man. Why not? Hey, they support everybody. And we got a good audience. We got a good audience. We got a good fan base. We got, everybody support us, man. They support us good. So we love y'all. We love y'all, man. I just want to say that I do love the chat. I do love the chat. And don't let anybody tell y'all different. I love the chat and I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate everything. So know that. But guess what you got to do right now? Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Subscribe.
And hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed,
send it to your peoples, they peoples.
Yeah. Yeah. And then guess what you can do? You can always send a super chat after the video, a super thanks after the video, a super sticker after the video. You can always donate to the cash apps after the video. You don't have to be live to do this. Because just because we're not live don't mean we're not alive. So we always need your support.
Pardon me, Mo. I'm finna. Hey, yeah, Raphael tomorrow. I got them packages too.
Yeah,
CDs,
we got
DVDs, whatever you need, brother. Or CDs, DVDs, body soaps, lotions, all that.
Get your knuckles right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Raphael more, skill more. Man, let me put that up there.
Oh,
there go my brother. Let's go our co-host Cash Out.
My bad, people. I spelled that joke all wrong. It's late.
Yeah, he spelled it
I
wrong.
haven't ate yet. I haven't ate yet.
He ain't ate yet.
I haven't ate yet, Mo.
Man, listen.
All I had was a smoothie and a cinnamon bar earlier today. That's it.
You shouldn't have ate the cinnamon bun. The sugar messed your mind up.
Nah,
Listen,
man, that cinnamon bun right there, Mo. That thing that was made perfect. Went too sweet. He ain't send me off the Richter scales or nothing. I was just cool, calm, and collected.
Raphael Moore, you know you got something to say about that.
Yeah.
Processed sugar and cinnamon, you know you got something to say.
Yeah, say something, brother. Yeah.
Nah, you don't want him to say nothing about it. You go. Well, I thought he had one grandpa was Joe. Definitely gonna hear the brother. Oh yeah. Get the brother job and stuff. You know, it's a co-host, man. He's always
man.
And
hey, you feel me? I'm just here so I won't get fired or fired. You feel me? Hey, I might come in late, but I'm always on time.
Come on, bro. You helped create this. How you gonna get fired?
Hey, Mo, tell I'm always late, but I'm on time. You know.
I was Robbie. I'm gonna say, hey, man, I'm just here so I don't get fired.
I'm telling you, I feel the same way, brother. That's why I say my jokes. That's why I come in with a joke every once in a while, so I just won't get fined or fired.
No,
you know, in the back, he be looking at me.
He come in with a joke with y'all. Yeah, I get all the jokes. Yeah, I get all the jokes. Creator of the Balanced Universe. Where is the next date for the continuation? Give us like a couple of days. Give us like 2 days, and I'll give you an exact date. Give us 2 days, and I'll give you an exact date. It could be that day. So stay on your P's and your Q's. Creator of the Balanced Universe. You know how we do. But look, everybody, I gotta go.
Facts.
And my brother gotta go.
Facts.
And I want to say this. Creator of the Balanced Universe. Guess what? Let me do something for you right quick. And I gotta do this before I go. Creator of the Balanced Universe, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Word. Because you are really
there with it.
One of the biggest supporters. So it's no way in life that I couldn't get you together. So I need to make you a moderator today. Let's see if I can add as moderator. And you are a moderator. Creator of the Balanced Universe. Moderator for Let's Think Podcast. Is always here, always in the comments, always participating, always showing love. So, Creator Balanced Universe, here, moderator. Let's get it. So, until the next time, we out of here.
Yes.
And we were live. But we're not now. Goodbye.